The story of Sodom and Gomorrah is one of the most powerful and cautionary tales in the Bible. Two cities filled with wealth, sin, and corruption, destined for destruction. But why did it all happen? And what lessons can we learn from this ancient tale of judgment and mercy? Sodom and Gomorrah were thriving cities, known for their wealth, abundance, and pleasure-seeking lifestyle. But beneath the surface, they were also infamous for their wickedness. Greed, selfishness, and immorality had overtaken these cities, and their inhabitants lived with no regard for righteousness. The people of these cities were notorious for their lack of hospitality. Strangers were mistreated, and the poor were neglected. The cries of the oppressed rose to the heavens, and their sins became unbearable in the eyes of God. Far away from the corruption of Sodom and Gomorrah, Abraham, the faithful servant of God, received unexpected visitors. 3 angels sent by God came to deliver an important message. The cities of Sodom and Gomorrah were facing divine judgment. Abraham, known for his compassion, pleaded with God to spare the cities if even a few righteous people could be found. His negotiation, rooted in mercy, echoed his deep belief in justice. The angels arrived in Sodom, disguised as travelers. Their mission was clear: to observe the true nature of the cities and determine whether they deserved the destruction that awaited. But not everyone in Sodom was wicked. Lot, Abraham's nephew, was a righteous man living in the midst of the city's sin. Recognizing the travelers, he welcomed them into his home, showing the kindness that the rest of the city lacked. However, the men of Sodom were relentless. They surrounded Lot's house, demanding that he hand over the strangers. The wickedness of the city had reached its peak. Inside Lot's house, the angels stood and revealed their true identities. They instructed Lot to take his family and flee the city, for the Lord had sent them to destroy it. Despite the warning, not everyone believed. Lot's sons-in-law mocked the idea of destruction, choosing to remain in the city. But Lot, his wife, and daughters fled, led by the angels to safety. As they fled, the angels gave them a strict command: do not look back. But temptation and curiosity would prove fatal for one. Lot's wife, unable to let go of the life she had known, disobeyed the angel's command. In an instant, she was transformed into a pillar of salt, a stark reminder of the consequences of disobedience. The cities of Sodom and Gomorrah were no more. The judgment was swift and absolute. Fire rained from the heavens, wiping out every trace of the corruption that had filled these cities. Lot and his daughters escaped with their lives, but the memories of Sodom's destruction would forever be etched in their minds. The story of these cities serves as a warning to future generations. The story of Sodom and Gomorrah is not just about destruction. It's about choices, mercy, and the consequences of a life lived without regard for others. Lot's hospitality saved him, while the selfishness of Sodom sealed its fate. In today's world, we may not face fire from the heavens, but the story challenges us to examine our own lives. Are we living with kindness and compassion, or are we repeating the mistakes of Sodom, ignoring the cries of those in need? Sodom and Gomorrah's destruction wasn't just a punishment. It was a lesson in morality, justice, and the importance of righteousness. The question is, what will we learn from it?